Right, angle of elevation and angle of depression is actually easier, I think, than bearing, so maybe I should have done it first. But if we have a look at them, the angle of elevation is simply the angle between the horizon and looking up. And the angle of depression is between the horizon and looking down. Now, when you studied parallel lines, you knew that any angle that formed a Z are equal. So you can just imagine I put this up here and draw an angle there. They're equal anyway. So if you put in your question the angle of depression instead of the angle of elevation, then you're still going to get the same answer. The problem is when people put this angle here. So they complete their triangle and they say that angle there, that one's wrong. That one's going to give you the wrong answer. Okay, so just to recap, angle of elevation looking up, angle of depression looking down, all between the horizon. Okay, let's look at the example. Greg saw an airship flying horizontal at an angle of elevation of 31. So looking up, 31. And at a height of 950. How far to the nearest metre must the ship fly so it's directly above him? So we're imagining it's flying over here. This is how far, so I'm actually finding this value here. I've got opposite and I've got adjacent, so I'm using tan. Tan theta is opposite over adjacent. Tan 31 is 950 over x. When the unknown's on the bottom, I do the switcheroo. X is 950 tan 31, and I put that in my calculator. Oops. 950 divided by tan 31, and I get 1,581 metres. Now let's have a look at another. From the top of a tower, so I'm going to draw a tower, it's 126 metres. Kim saw her house at an angle of depression of 50.5 degrees. How far is her house from the foot of the tower? Now, to make it easier for myself, I'm going to put that angle down here. Because they're alternate angles, I can just put that one down there. And I can use the same as I did before. Tan 50.5 is opposite, which is 126 on A or X. Because it's on the bottom, I want to do the switcheroo. 126 on tan 50.5. Put that in my calculator. 150 on tan, it's 126 on tan 50.5. I didn't have to use the second function because I'm not finding an angle, and it gives me 103.86, so I'm going to go 104. 104 metres. There you go. So angle of elevation, angle of depression, as long as you don't get this little naughty angle in here or this little naughty angle in here, you can't go wrong.